And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Well, today's satellite imagery showing big storm had moved northward into the interior and it was really weakened today. In fact, just kind of a lot of clouds up here and areas of snow with the clouds kind of moving in varying directions up there. Another impulse coming northward here, spreading some shower activity into the panhandle this afternoon as that actually takes off to the northeast there. Otherwise, a break here occurring across the North Gulf Coast today. Kenai Peninsula, sunshine breaking out over Cook Inlet, northern Cook Inlet. And Kodiak Island, kind of a break as well. Not much going on out here over the Aleutians. Kind of weak low pressure there over the or west of the Pribilofs, bringing colder air and snow showers. Adak and Atkout to Shimia. Mixture precipitation here for the eastern Aleutians, Alaska Peninsula. On the chart, widespread area of light snow occurring here over the interior, Fairbanks, Nenana, down to the Alaska Range, Denali Park area, Healy, and all the way north there to the eastern Arctic coast, and then southwestward here with this low just east of Norton Sound. So some light snow from the Kotzebue area down into the Yukon Delta, extending all the way back around the backside of that low there west of the Pribilofs into the western and central Aleutians. Scattered rain and snow showers for the Alaska Peninsula and the eastern Aleutians, as well as the North Gulf Coast here. A lot lighter on the winds coming down. Still a little breezy this afternoon in areas and mild temperatures in the mid 40s around the Anchorage area and into the Kenai Peninsula. And rain and showers and wind tapering off across the southeast coast. But that trough kind of stays put there. Actually, the southerly flow keeping moisture banked up along the mountainous terrain here of the Panhandle, especially in the north and the North Gulf Coast as well. And the low over the lower Yukon River Valley really hasn't moved much. Actually just east of the Lotto Hills there, east of Norton Sound, with snow back to the northeast to the Arctic coast for tonight, and snow possibly into light snow showers Cook Inlet back into the Kuskokwim Valley, but nothing too terribly heavy. Otherwise, low pressure and snow out over the Bering Sea there with showers across the Aleutians. And moving ahead to tomorrow, you can see this southeast flow, east-southeast flow, keeps moisture pulling and banking up along the North Gulf Coast. Prince William Sound, eastern Kenai Peninsula, same pattern. Rain and snow showers there. Not too bad over the southeast coast. Central southern areas mostly dry. Still some shower activity to the north, but all on the light side. And still snow showers or flurries here in the central interior, kind of a general area of light snow from Kotzebue Sound into the Brooks Range. But the Arctic coast, dry for the most part. Next system coming northward here begins to increase the wind late in the afternoon around southern Kodiak Island. And we'll see that that system moves northward, and we're stuck with another garden variety low here in the Gulf of Alaska. Biggest push here, or the heaviest precipitation and wind, moving into the southeast coast of that front. Rain heavy at times, gale force, possibly storm force winds associated with that. Lighter precipitation here back in toward Prince William Sound, the Kenai Peninsula, but looks like rain will extend at least to Kodiak Island, Shelikof Strait area. Mixed precipitation here, northeast Bristol Bay. And again, not too far north on the precipitation extent here. Basically dry for the Copper River Basin, maybe some shower activity for the Talkeetnas, and on the Alaska Range, dry in the central interior all the way up to the Arctic coast, maybe some flurries there around Wainwright, Atasuk area, possibly to Point Lay, but light. And this system brings wet weather back to the central Aleutians with the front pushing rain across Unalaska Island in the afternoon. And lows for tonight, we're looking at 15 to 30 below for the north slope into the Brooks Range. Otherwise, 5 to 15 in the central interior. 20s or actually upper 20s to lower to mid 30s south central Alaska. And for the Panhandle, mostly in the 30s, mid 30s Kodiak Island, lower 30s for the Alaska Peninsula, near 30 Adak and Atka, all the way up to 2 below zero for Savunga. Highs on for the afternoon tomorrow, only 6 there for Gamble and Savunga, lower 30s of Pribilofs, lower to mid 30s for the Aleutians, near 40 for the Alaska Peninsula, lower 40 southern Kenai Peninsula to Kodiak Island, otherwise in the mid 30s here for the remainder of south central Alaska. In the 20s for the Tanana Valley, some areas a little warmer, Delta Junction possibly up to 34, and about 25 for Gulkana there. Then down Juneau way, looking at a high in the lower 40s there. And then the lows for the morning hours Thursday, not too much different up here from the Brooks Range, the Arctic coast, still running below zero there. And Fort Yukon dropping down to -7, otherwise a little chillier in the Tanana Valley now, 5 to 15 for the lows. Upper 20s to mid-30s, South Central Alaska, upper 30s Kodiak Island, and 30s and 40s to the southeast coast. And the highs on Thursday, below zero for the North Slope and Arctic coast, but not too far below, and in the teens and 20s here in the central interior, 30s to lower 40s, South Central Alaska to Kodiak Island, and for the southeast coast, 40s to lower 50s there, at 51, good for Sitka, Port Alexander, Mount Edgecombe, and those areas.